The sun hung low over the fields, casting long golden shadows across the rows of crops, the same fields that had once felt like a cage to Leo. Now, standing on the deck of the train as it rattled through the countryside, they looked like heaven. His story didn't begin with a celebration. It began with a funeral. When his father passed, the grief turned frantic into a need to run. He looked at the farm his family had worked for generations, and all he saw was a graveyard of dreams. So he took his share of the inheritance, packed a single bag, and boarded a bus for the city, leaving behind his mother, his older brother Sam, and the quiet rhythm of the earth. In the city, the money felt bottomless. Friends appeared from everywhere, hungry for the drinks he bought, the life he paid for. But when the account hit zero, the lights went out, and the friends vanished like smoke in a breeze. What followed was a blur of cold nights, hunger that gnawed at his ribs, and the shame of scavenging in the dark for a meal. One evening, huddled beneath a bridge, a memory struck him like a blow. The smell of damp soil after spring rain, the table back home, always heavy with fresh bread and vegetables from the garden. And he understood. It wasn't the food he missed. It was the grace he had thrown away. So he wrote a letter, his hand shaking with every word, and gave her one condition. "I'll be on the train that passes the homestead. If you can forgive me, if there's any room left for me, hang a white sheet on the front lawn. If I see it, I'll get off. If I don't, I'll stay on and keep moving." The journey home felt like an eternity. As the train entered the valley, his heart hammered. His hands gripped the cold railing until his knuckles went white. And then he couldn't do it. He couldn't look. "Looking for a sign," Leo whispered. "A white sheet on the lawn of the farm as we pass. I'm afraid to look." The old man leaned to the window. A long silence stretched between them. Then he let out a soft, bewildered laugh. "Son, I've traveled this route 100 times. I've never seen anything like it. It isn't one sheet. They've covered the whole lawn in white. Sheets on the porch, the fence, the trees, every inch of it." Leo's eyes flew open. He was through the door before the train even stopped. He ran across the pasture, boots tearing through the tall grass, and he saw her. His mother on the porch, arms already open, and Sam beside her, the hard lines of his face softening into relief. Leo collapsed into them. They didn't ask about the money. They didn't ask for an apology. They just held him. Leo did return to the fields, not as a master, but as a servant to the land he'd once despised. And for the rest of his days, whenever the evening sun lit those fields, he'd sit on that porch and tell his story, testament to a mother's grace, a brother's forgiveness, and the truth that no one is ever too far from home.